All right. You ever heard of luxury ideas? Okay.
I don't care
Brace
if somebody
yourself.
has their papers or not. I don't care if they're hardworking or not. I don't care if they immigrated here legally or not. You will never be able to convince me that a piece of paper is more valuable than a person's life. You'll never be able to convince me that a piece of paper is justification for throwing somebody in a cage, denying them food and water, tearing them apart from their family, and then deporting them. That's sick. Oh, well, the criminals, the legal way, the this and that. The legal way? You know what's happening when people are showing up to their court hearings, the mandated court hearings, when they do it the legal way? They're getting detained and deported, okay? And you want to talk about criminals? Look who's in the White House. Okay, let's talk about that. And then, oh, well, the benefits, and they take all of this and they do all of that. Undocumented people can't get benefits. You know who gets the most benefits in this country? The people running it. Okay? Every single time that a working class person gets mad at another immigrant, a billionaire throws a celebration on their yacht. Okay? The minute that you start caring more about what a piece of paper says than somebody's life is the minute that I stop caring about what you have to think. If you think what's going on is okay right now, I hope the violence and pain that you're inflicting on hundreds of thousands of people is returned to you 100-fold. No one is illegal on stolen land.
It always drives me nuts when white people do this. Now, before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, this is the byproduct of your public school education. Um, I would bet good money that this guy was public school educated. If by some chance uh, he actually went to Christian school or was homeschooled, he went to a secular college. Those two I can pretty much almost guarantee. Um, there's no other way. Public school or secular college. In this case, most likely both. Um, well, public school or secular K through 12, or a very, very woke Christian school. Either way, this guy was not served well educationally. That's why he can say this kind of nonsense. The nonsense that uh, is unfortunately common, right? Where people assume that it is a question of papers and the person. These are not just papers, sir. Okay, and trust me, you do care. You're only saying that because it hasn't affected you personally. You're only saying that because you do not have to leave your country to go somewhere else. You've been pampered your whole life. You have no idea how the world works. You've been indoctrinated, you've been radicalized, you've been lied to. You're listening to CNN, well, MSNBC a little too much. And now you believe that you, my friend, are on the right side of history, but you're not. Because the very ability that you have to say the nonsense that you're saying is a luxury in itself that is afforded to you by this country. The idea that no one is illegal in on stolen land, now that's nonsense. Okay, first of all, if this is stolen land, sir, I hope you're recording that video in a land that is not stolen. I hope you're benefiting, you're enjoying all kinds of rights from a land that was not stolen. So if you really believe this is stolen land, you need to go somewhere else. Then lecture us. Otherwise, it's hard to take you seriously there. So let's try and resolve that. But I'm an immigrant, okay? I came here legally, and due to very bad decisions, I almost got deported. I always tell people, had they deported me, they would have been in the right. The only reason they didn't deport me is because the system actually worked in my favor. And since I hadn't been convicted of the charges that I was being charged, the charges were dismissed. The immigration law could not justify deporting. So they let me go. That's how I stand here today to respond to this video. But I believe had they deported me, they would have been in the right. Again, I came here legally. We're not even talking about someone that came here illegally. I came here legally, and by legally meaning I had the papers. Those papers you take for granted, I had them, I cherished them. But at some point in my life, I couldn't care less. So I made decisions that caused me to almost being deported. So I'm only saying this to say I met people and I've dealt with people in my life. Very, very bad people. Very dangerous people. People unworthy to be in society. And many of these people were illegals here. Again, I speak on good authority when I say this guy is that passionate because he has not suffered at the hands of one of these guys in a way that would say, hey, yeah, we do need some laws to be enforced. I can guarantee you this guy keeps his doors locked. When he walks away from his car, he locks his car. When he goes home, he closes the door. Why? Because he doesn't want uninvited intruders into his house. But he wants us to open the borders. Again, he's only saying that because it hasn't affected him personally. So he's just a naive person. He don't know what he's talking about.